And without further ado, please welcome the first company today, Capeesh.
Thank you. I'm honored to be first. My name is Marie, and I'm the CEO of Capeesh. We're a company using machine intelligence to provide companies that hire minority speakers with tailored language learning. Now, I want to tell you about one of our customer segments. Oh, that was my first slide, but aquaculture and fish farming. Now, this is a remote industry in Norway with a very tight labor markets. And believe it or not, but in many of these segments, the majority of employees they do find are minority speakers and immigrants. Now, the employers share many of the same problems as other industries. They are concerned about turnover. They are concerned about productivity because workers and managers don't necessarily share language. And they're concerned about safety because their workers are working around big machines and water and they don't understand. Now, these language barriers and problems cost this industry up to $100,000 per employee a year. I guess you could say that while we're solving a language learning problem, the real issue we're solving is a business issue of labor dynamics. And we can help solve this at a massive scale. Today, Capeesh can teach more than 5 different languages, and adding new languages to our platform scales really well with our technology. One of the most unique things about what we do, though, is that we can actually tailor each language course for job-specific training towards the mother tongue of the non-native speaker. But the really amazing thing about our technology is the way we can analyze the business' own content. So what we do is that we can analyze anything from, say, an email, a PDF, a PowerPoint, any document, run it through our algorithm, and on the other end, spit out a tailored, fun, and gamified language learning course for the employees. Now, in this way, we're making language learning fun. And the aquaculture employees can download the course directly into their pockets, helping them practice the language needed for their job, the language they're using every day in their job situation. Now, by providing Capeesh to these industries, we're creating a massive impact because these are blue industries that never before had access to digital language learning at this scale and customization, which is why we're not only targeting the global market of digital language learning, but we're also tapping into the wider global market of $56 billion, where brick and mortar used to be the only solutions offered. And we know this as a fact, because we've already started landing quite a few customers from everything within aquaculture, retail, consultancy, and public sector. And we see that we have clients from both segments. We're a very young company still, but we're already closed more than $130,000 from the customer side. Now, the team behind is a quite diverse team of everything from serial entrepreneurs to game developers, experts in natural language processing, language research, and teachers. And we've been so far backed by Skyfall Ventures, TRK Group, and the Early Phase Fund. Now we're actually just in the phase of onboarding our first VC here from Europe as part of our first pre-seed round. And our company is in the planning of actually planning out our seed round. So if any of you are interested in what we're doing and the industry we're in, I would love for you to come and see us afterwards in meeting room 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Capeesh.
Thank you.
The panel, let's have your word.
Thank you. That was a really good presentation.
Thank you.
I have a question. When you approach these companies, who do you approach in the company, and how do they understand the solution and the need for this? What is their reaction when you come to sell this solution to them?
Well, the person we're contacting usually is either the HR, but also some companies, they have people specifically working on course training and certification. Some of the problems we're targeting is mostly that a lot of these companies, they need to enable their employees to pass certificates, both in order for them to continue working there, but also in order for them to actually master the safety aspects of HSE and other stuff. So by pointing at the different barriers that these industries are facing today, that doesn't necessarily, people don't necessarily think about the language learning aspect of those barriers, but it's mostly training and onboarding of employees. We tend to tap into both everything that has to do with safety, recruitment, onboarding, training, in addition to language learning. So when talking to the HR, when you start talking about the business aspect of actually onboarding and recruiting non-native speakers, we're addressing the more like diversity aspect of growing organizations, which is really helping us in.
And that is really 1 minute plus. So a warm applause for
Thank you.
Capeesh.